Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
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 Siyavar Ramachandra ki
Jai.
Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj ki
Jai.
Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Shri Janaki Vallabho Vijayate Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Namah Shri Tulsidas Sadvaristhaya Dhimate Puritam Hridayam Yena Rama Premamritena Me Neelambujasyamalako Sita Samaropitavamabhagam Pano Mahasayakacharu Chapam Namami Ramam Raghuvam Shanatham Atulita Baladhamam Hema Shailabhadeham Danujavana Krishanum Jnaninamagraganyam Sakala Guna Nidhanam Vanaranam Adhisham Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatam Namami. We completed KishkindaKanda in the last session. Very short, the shortest of all the 7 kandas in Tulsi Ramayana. And we saw that we start very interestingly with only 2 Mangalacharan shlokas. In all of the other, I think, kandas, there are 3. Except Balakanda, which has many, but all other have 3 at least. This here only 2, because only 2 people are going now, isn't it? And we saw the first shloka is also prostrations to both of them, Lakshmanji and Sri Ramachandra. And actually it is not a prostration, it is directly prayer. Bhakti pradau tauhinaha. May they both become givers of devotion for us. And then through the second shloka, Tulsidas Ji had sung the glory of Sri Rama Namamritam, the nectar of Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra's name. That is how we have the 2 Mangalacharana shlokas. Then we see Hanumanji coming and meeting Sri Rama and taking him to Sugriva. Then both of them, Sugriva and Sri Rama, sharing the friendship and sharing their sorrows also with each other, their stories with each other, and promising each other that we will help the other. So we saw that Mitrata. Then Bhagavan also explained who is a San Mitra and Kumitra, who is a good friend and a bad friend. Those Lakshanas were also given, right? Then we went forward and Sri Ramachandra helped Sugriva to gain back his kingdom by killing Vali. Then we also had the 2 months of time where everything was as though, lull, nothing was happening much, because Sri Ramachandra was in that cave waiting for the monsoon to get over. But during that time, the beauties of nature and, wonderful things that he saw, also showing his manobhava, what is happening in his mind, through lots of similes, we see Tulsidas Ji narrating. Then after that, Lakshmanji went and reminded Sugriva of his promise. Sugriva, Hanumanji actually, not Sugriva. Hanumanji has already made sure that all the required things have happened. Monkeys have been called. Then Sugriva, along with all of them, came to meet Sri Ramachandra. And by his order, he gave orders to all the monkeys to search for Sita Ji. Not much description is there here in Tulsi Ramayana, but in Valmiki Ramayana you see long description of, the section, the groups that were formed and who was sent where. That entire description is there. Who was sent in north, who was sent in east, who was sent in west. South everybody knows, but other places also who went. And some information of those great monkeys also, because we don't know who are they. Like in first chapter of Gita, suddenly Duryodhana starts to narrate everybody's name, no? That this is there, that is there, that is there, that is there. Now, seeing Bhagavad Gita as a part of Mahabharata, those who are studying, they will not have problem in identifying any one of them. But those who have never read Mahabharata and directly start studying Gita, and then they start, who is this? Yuyudhana, Virata, Drishtadyumna, who are these all people? So explanation is required. Now in entire Ramayana story itself, these all monkeys are coming for the first time in the picture. Other than Vali, Sugriva, Hanumanji, we don't know anybody else. So then he gives description of all those people also. Who are they, and they are great warriors and what they have done, and then they are sent, etc. So all that description also comes. We saw that Sri Ramachandra, knowing that Hanumanji will find Sita Ji, gives his angulya, his ring to Hanumanji, also a special message that he must give Sita Ji. Actually in that message, something he told Hanumanji, which we don't know yet. Okay? Remind her of my strength and tell her that I am very sad in Viraha. That is one thing. Something else also he has told, that we will know only when he meets. Okay? And in both Ramayana, very interesting. They say that Sri Ramachandra said something to Hanumanji, but what he said comes as a secret later on. Okay? When he actually meets, Hanumanji actually meets Sita Ji. So that now the Shodha has started, now the search has started. In the southern direction, we saw what all things happened, how they were going forward. They were all thirsty, hungry. They went into the cave, that Swayam Prabha was there. And actually they were supposed to die in that cave. But by the grace, Swayam Prabha sent them to the seashore. And on that seashore, they met Sampati. We saw first day, Sampati thought that these are all my, special food that God has sent. But then he understood that they have come to release me from my problems. And he sees far into the Lanka and tells them where Sita Ji is. Right? Tells that just 100 yojanas, ocean is in between, just cross. For Sampati, he went up to sun, you imagine. So going around 100 yojanas is nothing. But these are not birds. They are monkeys. They can't just cross like that. So the discussion we saw, everybody is telling how much they can go. Hanumanji is sitting quietly. Then Jambavanji went and said, hello, excuse me, what happened? No, I don't think I will be able to do. Then Jambavan praised Hanumanji and said, you know who you are, you know how much strength you have, and you know what you did in childhood. And when that whole thing was told, Hanumanji remembered his strength. And he said, I can easily, where 100 years, I will go like this. In one jump, I will go there and I will kill Ravana with all the other Rakshasas, and I will bring back Sita Ji. If I can't bring her, I will bring her along with the entire mountain. What is there? Then he thought that I think I did little extra. Not that I can't do it, but that's not my job, I think. So he asked Jambavan, did I say correct? And Jambavan said, Hanuman, you are right that you can do all these things, but don't do. Remember what Sri Ramachandra has said. Our job is to find Sita Ji, to give message to Sita Ji and get Sita Ji's message back to Sri Rama. That's it. Then Sri Ramachandra will go there and kill Ravana and all the things will happen. And that entire glory will come to you because you have found. So you just do your job, that is sufficient. Now that is where we stopped. Actually, it's very interesting, KishkindaKanda. we saw that monkeys, a little spiritual angle also to the whole KishkindaKanda. We saw that monkeys represent thoughts of our mind. Isn't it? Why? Because thoughts are also like monkey, jumping from one branch to the other. Isn't it? Sometimes when we practice meditation, I hope you all have gone through this, that you decide I am not going to think about anything. Okay? And suddenly after few seconds you realize that you have reached some other interesting thought. And then you start to decide, how did I come here? I came here from there to there. No connection. No connection is some connection will be there with the previous thought. But that thought has no connection with the third or fourth thought that will be coming. So it just goes like this, like this, like this. Mind also is like that. So monkeys represent those thoughts of our mind. They are united under Sugriva, you see. Vali and Sugriva. Vali is Indra's Amsha. That is mind. Sugriva is Surya's Amsha. That is intellect. Only when the thoughts of the mind are controlled, governed and ruled by the intellect, they will go in proper direction. Otherwise, they will go wherever they want to go. Now, in addition to that, what has happened? That intellect, Sugriva, is in service of Bhagavan, Atman. Then what happens? Then all the thoughts, they are going to reach Brahman, they are going to reach the self, they are going to find their fulfillment. That's the logic behind this Vali and Sugriva ruling, and how these thoughts of mind are earlier scattered. That's why Sugriva says, get all of them in one place. And then all of them are sent for one special purpose. To find what? To find peace. To find Shanti. How? In the service of Sri Rama. In the service of the self. You understand the entire spiritual angle of it now? Tulsidas Ji in one place says one very beautiful thing also. He says, these different monkeys represent different sadhanas that we do. Yajna, Dana, Tapa, Japa, Puja, Dhyana, etc. Say, if all those sadhanas are done with different motives, the sadhanas will not give any result. All the sadhanas have to be directed for the same purpose, and that is to find that inner peace. That's Shanti, that's Sita Ji. When these sadhanas are dedicated to Sri Rama and going towards finding the self, then all those sadhanas will help each other and you will reach the destination early. That is the entire logic behind this KishkindaKanda and all the stories of monkeys. Okay. Now, before we go forward, we go to SundaraKanda. Now you see, as compared to all other kandas, the name itself is different. Balakanda. Why was Balakanda named Balakanda? Because Sri Rama was Bala. Bala Leelas are given in that Kanda. Correct. And no particular place was there because story started from so many different past lives and different places. Then it came to Ayodhya. Then again with Vishwamitra Ji, he went to forest. Then from forest he went to Janaka's Puri, and then from there again he came. So no place name is given. But then after that we see Ayodhya Kanda. Why? The story happens in Ayodhya. Aranya Kanda, because the story happens in Aranya. Now KishkindaKanda, the story happens in the capital of this Vanara Rajya. And that is why we have the places. The names of places are given as the section name, Kanda. Now the next one also will be called as Lanka Kanda or Yuddha Kanda. Sometimes in Valmiki Ramayana it said Yuddha Kanda, here Lanka Kanda, because the story is going to happen in Lanka. Uttarakanda, which is the last part of the story. But what is this suddenly SundaraKanda coming? Guruji has his own way of saying, no? Why should I tell everything now? Let us first see SundaraKanda, then we will see why it is called SundaraKanda. Sundara means beautiful. So the section name itself is beautiful section. Why? There is one very famous shloka which says, Sundare Sundaro Ramaha, Sundare Sundari Katha, Sundare Sundari Sita, Sundare Sundaram Vanam, Sundare Sundaram Kavyam, Sundare Sundaraha Kapihi, Sundare Sundaram Mantram, Sundare Kimna Sundaram. In the SundaraKanda, please tell me what is not Sundara. Why? This has got the most beautiful Sri Rama there. Sundare Sundaro Rama. Sundare Sundari Katha. The story is so beautiful. Sundare Sundari Sita. Sita ji is coming back to the story. Remember, since she was kidnapped, we don't know what has happened to her. Only we know Ravana took her and kept her in Ashoka Vatika. Now, Sita ji comes back into the story. Sundare Sundaram Vanam. The forest also is going to be so beautiful. We'll see. Sundare Sundaram Kavyam. The poetry is also beautiful. Now, this is something which is very interesting. SundaraKanda is very famous in all the Ramayanas. If you ask, in Valmiki Ramayana also, when they do Patha, they want to do the SundaraKanda Parayan. Okay, Adhyatma Ramayana, Malayalam Adhyatma Ramayana also, they want to do SundaraKanda Parayan. Even Kamba Ramayana also, SundaraKanda is very famous. And interestingly, in all these Ramayanas, the language of this Kanda is toughest as compared to the other Kandas. Valmiki Ramayana also, Sanskrit is little one top notch because Kavyam, poetry is oozing out. Not in Tulsi Ramayana. Tulsi Ramayana, SundaraKanda is very simple, very easy to chant also, sing also. But if you see, even Malayalam, you see, if you know that how to chant, etc. SundaraKanda, they want to chant. Everybody wants to chant, but the language is tough. It's not easy. Why? Sundare Sundaram Kavyam. Poetry is coming out. Sundare Sundaraha Kapihi. And the most beautiful monkey is in this. Which one? Hanumanji. We'll see. He is the hero of the story. SundaraKanda. Sundare Sundaram Mantram. It is said that every single line of SundaraKanda is a mantra. And that is why it is chanted. Whichever Ramayana you study, SundaraKanda is chanted. As done as Parayana. Why? Every single line is considered to be mantra. Sundare Kimna Sundaram. What is not beautiful in SundaraKanda? That is how it says. And therefore, we start with the Mangalacharan shlokas. You imagine if the Kanda is Sundara, Mangalacharan shlokas will be Sundara only. That is what we have. Let us chant 3 shlokas again. Now somebody will say, Vijay, but Sita ji has not. Third one is Hanumanji. That one comes. Let us see. First shloka is Salutations to Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra. Repeat. Shantam Shashvatam Aprameyamanadham
Shantam Shashvatam Aprameyamanadham
Nirvana Shanti Pradam
Nirvana Shanti Pradam
Brahma Shambhu Phanindra Sevyam
Brahma Shambhu Phanindra Sevyam
Vedanta Vedyam Vibhum
Vedanta Vedyam Vibhum
Ramakhyam Jagadishwaram Suragurum
Ramakyam Jagadishwaram Suragurum
Maya Manusham Harim
Maya Manusham Harim
Vandeham Karunakaram Raghuvaram
Vandeham Karunakaram Raghuvaram
Bhupala Chudamanim
Bhupala Chudamanim
Shantam Shashvatam Aprameyamanadham
Nirvana Shanti Pradam Brahma Shambhu Phanindra Sevyam Vedanta Vedyam Vibhum Ramakyam Jagadishwaram Suragurum Maya Manusham Harim Vandeham Karunakaram Raghuvaram Bhupala Chudamanim.
Aham Vande. I prostrate, I salute. Aham Vande. Vande Aham. Whom? Aham Vande. Jagadishwaram Aham Vande. I salute that great God of the entire universe. Who? Which one? Rama Akhyam, whose name is Rama. To that Bhagavan I salute. Now all other words are naturally the adjectives of Ramakhyam, Jagadishwaram. Who is he? Shantam. Who is Shant? Calm. This is one word that can describe Sri Rama completely, actually speaking. Because the moment you imagine Bhagavan or you look at his form, the first thing that comes out is Shantam. It's not agitated, not doing this or that. Shantam. Like when you look at Krishna, first thing that comes to your mind is naughty. Isn't it? You can never imagine. That's why that one picture is there where Sri Krishna is sitting and doing meditation. Very odd. People don't like that kind of Sri Krishna. He has to keep doing something. Some atapata, some unusual thing he has to keep doing. But when you see Sri Rama, all very calm. Shantam. Shashwatam. He is the one who does not change. Shashwata is the eternal truth. No modification. If you have listened to Advainanji's lectures, no, all these words, the moment he will start explaining, then he will go from one place to another, he will explain. Shashwatam means what? Shashwatam means that which is eternal. What is eternal? Eternal is that Brahman. What can remain eternal? That which can never have any change. Kutastha Nitya. That which has no change will have no death. And therefore it becomes eternal. Without modifications, without any change. Avikaritvat Shashwatam. Okay? Somewhere it will come, okay? Swamiji only is my teacher. Aprameyam. That which can never become prameya. Prameya means object of knowledge. Object of knowledge is prameya. Pramana, means of knowledge. Pramata, knower. One who is gathering the information, one who is gathering the knowledge. And prama, the knowledge. So prameya means something that I can know or something that can become known. That is called prameya. Aprameyam, that which can never be known. Why? Because it is Brahman. It is the self who is the knower of everything. How can it ever become the object of knowledge? Therefore, it is aprameyam. It is beyond all senses, beyond all the mind, intellect, etc. It's beyond even the maya. Aprameyam. Anagham. Anagham, na agha. Anagha. Na agha means what? Sinless. No touch of sin. Now here sin means impurity. And therefore, no touch of impurity means it's absolutely pure. No touch of ignorance, no touch of maya, no touch of anything other than it. Anagham. Nirvana Shanti Pradam. One who gives, Prada, Prakarshena Dadati, one who gives what? Nirvana Shanti. That absolute peace. That peace of liberation, Nirvana. One who gives that peace. That is this Sri Rama. Brahma Shambhu Phanindra Sevyam Anisham. Anisham means continuously, without any break, regularly, always. What? Anisham what? Sevyam. One who is served, one who is worshipped. Worshipped by whom? Brahma. Brahmaji. Shambhu. Shivji. Phani Indra. Phani means one who has got phana. Snakes are called phani because they have got hood. Phani Indra. He is the king of all snakes. That is Shesha. So one who is served by Brahma Shambhu. Now somebody will say, Vedji, what is this? Brahma Shambhu understood, you are not including Vishnu also understood because he himself is Vishnu. Okay, fine, Indra, etc. you could have said. No, Brahma here means Jambavan. Shiva means Hanuman. And Phanindra, Shesha means Lakshmana. These are the three people serving him, isn't it now? Jambavan is giving that, very valuable input to Hanumanji, for which Hanumanji is now going. Now Hanumanji, of course, central character, and Lakshmanji is always there in the service. That's why Brahma Shambhu Phanindra Sevyam Anisham. Vedanta Vedyam. That which can be Vedyam, that which can be realized, known, experienced by Vedanta. True Vedanta, Vibhum. Vibhum, different meanings. One, Vibhu, we all know as all pervasive. That's why it's called Vibhu. Sarvagata. Right? One meaning. Second meaning also is Vividham Bhavati, one who takes different forms, many forms. That also is called as Vibhu. Ramakhyam Jagadishwaram. We saw that the great Lord of Universe who is named Rama, Ramakhyam. Sura Gurum. Here the word Guru is not in the meaning of Guru. Guru means Shrestha. Shrestha. So Sura Gurum means Shrestha, the greatest among all the devatas. Sura Gurum. Maya Manusham, one who has taken this Manushya Rupa only through his Maya. He has not become Manushya or anything. Don't think. Maya Manusham Harim. Who is he? He is that Vishnu Bhagavan only. He's only taken this Rama avatar, only taken human form. He has not become human. Maya Manusham Harim. Aham Vandeham Karunakaram. All compassionate Lord who blesses us. Raghuvaram. The best among the Raghus, the best among Raghuvamshis. Bhupala Chudamanim. Who is the Chudamani, crest jewel among all the kings. Bhupala. Bhu means earth. Bhupalayati. One who protects, one who takes care, nourishes the earth is called Bhupala, the king. Bhupala Chudamani. Okay. Shri Krishna is called Gopala Chudamani. You will see lots of slokas where it will be said Gopala Chudamani. Here he is Bhupala Chudamani. He is the crest jewel of all the kings. That Bhagavan Sri Rama, I offer my salutations to. Alright? Very beautiful shloka. Shantam Shashvatam Aprameyam. Now again, we can still further analyze this shloka and see that, you see, there is a description of Brahman also. Nirguna Nirakara. Then, for example, Shantam, Shashvatam, Anagham. This is all description of Brahman. And then there are two more words, Aprameyam and Vedanta Vedyam. In one word it is said that it cannot be known. And second it says that it can be known through Vedas, Vedanta. Why? It cannot be known as an object, therefore Aprameyam. But through Vedanta you can realize it as your own subject, as your own self. That's why Aprameyam and Vedanta Vedyam both are said here. So by what you can gain and by what you cannot gain, both things are said. Kathopanishad also, na? Third Valli, I think, explains all these things. That how it cannot and how it can. Right? And then Ishwara, that Saguna Nirakara Ishwara also is explained. Jagadishwaram, Vibhum, Sura Gurum, etc. Then even the Saguna Sakara Vishnu Rupa also is said. Brahma, Shambhu, Phanindra, Sevyam. If you take only those devatas, then they are worshipping Vishnu. If you take their amshas, then they are worshipping Sri Rama. So Jambavan, Hanuman and Lakshmanji, they are worshipping Sri Rama. But Brahmaji, Shivji and that Sheshanaga are worshipping Vishnu. Harim, his direct name also is given. And then the avatara, Sri Rama, Ramakhyam, all the remaining words are for him. Nirvana Shanti Pradam, then Ramakhyam, Maya Manusham, Karunakaram, Raghuvaram, Bhupala Chudamanim. All these words are describing Rama Rupa, the Avatara Rupa of Sri Mahavishnu. Right? You can also see here again he has put both the word Ramakhyam and Harim. As in one pada, the beginning word and end word. Ramakhyam Jagadishwaram Suragurum Maya Manusham Harim. Earlier also we have seen this. Rama is one who gives that joy, the bliss. Isn't it? Rama Dhatu, to revel. And Harim, one who removes the sorrow. This has been Tulsidas Ji's speciality from the beginning, if you remember. Even Sita Ji was described like that only. One who gives joy and one who removes the afflictions. That we see here also. And to that Sri Rama, we offer our salutations. Next verse is to ask. So salutations. Now prayer. What is the prayer? Most beautiful shloka, very, very famous shloka. Nanya spruha raghupate hridaye smadiye.
Nanya spriha raghupate hridaye asmadiye.
Satyam vadami cha bhavan akhilantaratma.
Satyam vadami cha bhavan akhilantaratma.
Bhaktim prayachha raghupungava nirbharam me.
Bhaktim prayachha raghupungava nirbharami.
Kamadi dosharahitam kuru manasam cha.
Kamadi dosharahitam kuru manasam cha.
Nanya spruha raghupate hridaye smadiye. Satyam vadami cha bhavan akhilantaratma. Bhaktim prayachha raghupungava nirbharami. Kamadi dosharahitam kuru manasam cha. Aha. Tulsidas Ji says, Hey Raghupate, O the protector, the lord of Raghus, asmadiye hridaye, in my heart, na anya spruha. There is no other desire. Spruha means longing, desire. Anya spruha na. I don't have any other desire. Satyam vadami. I am telling the truth. Now, see, everybody says that I am telling the truth. Even the person who is telling the lie says that I am telling the truth. Yes or no? That's how the lie will be accepted. If you lie and say that I am lying, then they will not accept it. You have to lie and make them believe that you are telling the truth. So, he says, you see, Satyam Vada, I am telling the truth. Why? I cannot lie. Bhavan akhilantaratma. Because you are the inner self of all. So, if I am lying, you will know. And therefore, 100% I am telling you. For sure, Satyam Vadami. What? I do not have any other desire in my heart. Then what desire is there? The desire is only for you. I don't have any other desire. Therefore, what you should do? Bhaktim prayachha. Hey Raghu Pungava, O best among all the Raghus, please bestow. Prayachha, please give. What? Bhaktim, devotion. What kind of? Nirbharam Bhaktim prayachha. Nirbhara Bhakti. Nirbhara is such a beautiful word. Nirbhara means completely dependent on Bhagavan. Nirbhara. No other support, no other means, nothing else is there. May here means Mam. To me, you please give this Nirbhara Bhakti. Nirbhara Bhakti means Ananya Bhakti. Where I am not dependent on anything else, anyone else. I am just dependent on you. Please bless me with that bhakti. And cha, what? Kamadi dosharahitam kuru manasam. Please make sure that my mind is rahita, is bereft of all the dosha, all the faults. Kama adi, desire, etc. Kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, all the shadripus. Please make sure that all these are not there in my mind. So, Bhagavan, what a beautiful prayer. Please give me that Nirbhara Bhakti and please remove all these negativities from my mind. Nanya spruha raghupate hridaye smadiye. Satyam vadami cha bhavan akhilantaratma. Bhaktim prayachya raghupungava nirbharame. Kamadi dosharahitam kurumanasam cha. Tulsidas Ji also is a great, poet. May, he puts that word may, he puts in between the two prayers. One prayer is give me prayachya, give me what? That nirbhara bhakti, ananya bhakti. Right? So there that may is in the meaning of mam or mayyam prayachya, because yacha dhatu is there. So the recipient should be in the chaturthi vibhakti. Whereas for second line also that may can come. May manasam kamadi dosharahitam kuru. Where that may will be mama may. Shashti vibhakti may manasam. My mind, you make it without any dosha, without any fault. Right? Bhagavan, please do this. Okay? That is what he is saying. Now what? Salutations to Sri Rama over, prayer to Sri Rama over. Now salutations to Hanumanji. Very famous shloka we chant every day before the class. Together. Atulita baladhamam hema shailabhadeham danujavana krishanum jnaninam agraganyam sakala gunanidhanam vanaranamadhisham Raghupati priya bhaktam vatajatam namami. Some people say that Tulsidas Ji, you already saluted Sri Ramachandra, prayed also. Now why Hanumanji? He says, he is the one who is going to take my request to Sri Rama. He is the medium. If you see Tulsidas Ji's story also, it was Hanumanji who gave him the darshana of Sri Ramachandra, isn't it? In one of the other poems that Tulsidas Ji writes, he is praying to Sita Ji. And lot of prayer, lot of things are there, salutations and praise, etc. is there. Then he puts one line saying that when you are sitting with Sri Rama alone, please tell him that there is one fellow called Tulsidasa who is your bhakta. Please just once let him just know. He says like that Hanumanji is the one who is going to take my request to Sri Ramachandra. So this is very interesting about devotees, you see. They say that they are only dependent on Bhagavan, but all Bhagavan's bhaktas also become their best friends. And therefore they start to communicate with them. If you have seen the Shivji's temple, etc. is there Nandi will be there, no? And these people after prostrating before going to Shivji, they will take permission, Nandi, that we are going to, you must have seen. First you have to go prostrate to Nandi and then go to Shivji. And after you finish praying to Shivji, then you come and you tell something in that Nandi's ears. Why? Because at night when everybody is going, then only Nandi and Shivji will be there. No, you tell, okay, I came and this is what I want. That really, that's the logic. So they will tell whatever they want to pray, whatever they want to ask, they will tell to Nandi. Like that, Hanumanji is the one who is going to take my request to Sri Ramachandra. Okay. No, somebody may say that, but Bhagavan will feel bad, no? Arey, Bhagavan will not feel bad. As long as you are praising his bhakta and as long as you are taking help of his bhakta, he will not feel bad. He will feel happy only. And therefore, Tulsidas Ji without hesitation is now saluting to Hanumanji. See, Hanumanji is a very interesting character. We see he is Sakshat Shivji and we see how much of seva, etc. he has done also and now also he is going to do. He is the only bhakta who has got stature of God, whose temples are there. We worship Hanumanji. Otherwise, we don't have any. See, Prahlada was also great bhakta only. Dhruva was also great bhakta. So many stories of so many bhaktas will come in all the Itihasas and Puranas. Right? But you will not see any bhakta who has become God. It's only Hanumanji. Isn't it? That is the level that Hanumanji, and it's not just because he is Amsha of Shivji, but because what he has done. And therefore we say he is one of the Chiranjeevis. Not only that, it is said that this Hanumanji is going to become next Brahmaji. It's there in the Puranas. Right? Like the Mahabali is going to become next Indra. Like that Hanumanji is going to become next Brahmaji. So he is going to go to that Devakoti. That he is now chosen for a special task of creating the entire universe. Right? That much greatness Hanumanji has got. Who is he? Atulita baladhamam. He is dhama. He is the storehouse of bala, strength. What kind of bala? Atulita, which cannot be compared. He is the storehouse of incomparable strength. And really you will see, Tulsidas Ji of course will explain, you see in Valmiki Ramayana also, Hanumanji's strength has no boundary. No, really he can do anything. So he crossing that ocean, etc. is very small part of his actual strength. We will see in Yuddha also during the main battle, how much strength Hanumanji has got. He doesn't want to show off and therefore he himself controls and allows other people also to fight. You will see. To encourage those monkeys, he will first give a nice blow to the Rakshasa and give that Rakshasa to that monkey. And that monkey is beating and he thinks that I killed this Rakshasa. No, it's there. He does that. He says, if I start fighting, I will finish all Rakshasas. Then the monkeys will feel we have not done anything. So he used to almost take them to death and then give it to monkeys. And then monkeys will kill. That is the greatness of Hanuman. His strength has no boundary actually. It is said, now also we'll see in this Kanda itself, actually Ravana is scared. Because he did not expect Hanumanji to be so powerful. Atulita Baladhamam. Hema Shailabhadeham. Swarna Shailabhadeham. Another place also it is, Patabheda also is there. Swarna Shailabhadeham. Whose deha, whose body, abhay means it is, brilliant, shining like what? Like a golden mountain. Hema means gold. Shaila means mountain. Hema Shailabhadeyam, his body is like a golden mountain. Okay, that's why yellowish in color. His complexion also is yellow. That's why Hema Shailabhadeyam. Danuja Vana Krishanum. One who is like fire, Krishanum. For what? For Vana, for the forest of Danuja demons. He is like a wildfire for the forest for the demons. Danuja Vana Krishanum. But at the same time, Jnaninam Agraganyam. He is the foremost among all the wise and scholarly and intellectual people. Jnaninam Agraganyam. See, many people who have lot of physical strength, they don't use or they do not want to have intellectual capacity. Not Hanumanji. We saw that Hanumanji knew so many Shastras, so many branches of Sanskrit grammar itself he knew. And what a beautiful speech he used to have, and very calculative, and how much to speak. So political knowledge also must be there, and also of communication, art of communication was there, and so many things are there with Hanumanji. Jnaninam Agraganyam. He has even written Bhashya on Bhagavad Gita. Do you know this? He has written Sanskrit Bhashya on Bhagavad Gita. It's called Paishacha Bhashya. That Paishacha Bhashya is written by Hanumanji. Why? Because he was there when Bhagavad Gita was told. First-hand knowledge. He was there in the top of Arjuna's chariot, isn't it? So when Shri Krishna is telling this to Arjuna, he listened to everything. And he has written Bhashya. Sanskrit Bhashya. Hanumanji is Jnaninam Agraganyam. Sakala Guna Nidhanam. There are many people who are physically strong, intellectually sharp, but their mind is not good. Either ego enters or some desire. We have seen so many stories, isn't it? Such intellectual people or such strong people, but because of one desire, they destroy their life. No, not Hanumanji. Why? Sakala Guna Nidhanam. He is the treasure, Nidhana, treasure of all virtues, Sakala Guna. Vanaranam Adhishan. He is the Adhisha, he is the Lord of monkeys. Now they will say, but Lord of monkeys was Vali first, Sugriva later. No, of their heart. Vanaranam Adhisham. They thought that he is only our leader. He is only our king. Vanaranam Adhisham. Raghupati Priya Bhaktam. Beautiful Samastapada. Raghupati is Sri Ramachandra. Now you can break it like this. Raghupati Priya Bhaktam. Who is the Priya Bhakta? Who is the dear devotee of Raghupati? One meaning. Another meaning is Raghupati Priya Bhaktam. Devotee who was Raghupati Priya. Again that Raghupati Priya can be broken in two ways. Who was Priya of Raghupati, or to whom Raghupati was Priya. Both ways we can break that. So he is that kind of devotee. One way you can say is the dear devotee of Sri Rama. Second, that devotee who loves Sri Rama, Raghupati Priya. Or that devotee who was loved by Sri Rama. to that Vata Jatam, to that son of Vayu Devata, Vata Jatam, one who was born from that Vayu, from Vayu's Amsha also, Namami, I prostrate. Okay, beautiful shloka, Hanumanji's. This is what we chant beginning of every session, right? He starts. Tulsidas Ji says, Jambavant ke vachana suhaye, suni Hanumant hridayati bhaye, tab lagi mohi pari kheu tum bhai, sahi dukha kanda moola phala khai. Says, where we had stopped in KishkindaKanda, Jambavanji told Hanumanji, don't do everything. Just do this much, go there, give message of Sri Ramachandra, take her message and come back. Then we will go and tell Sri Rama will go to kill Ravana. Listening to this, he didn't become disheartened. Oh, no, I wanted to do this and I wanted to kill Ravana, but now you are saying. Jambavant ke vachana suhaye, suni Hanumanta hridayati bhaye. He liked what Jambavanji said and he said, yes, you are right. You are right, I should do just my job. I should not get into too much of enthusiasm because I have realized my power, but I should do my job. And then he looked at all monkeys and said, you all please wait here. Jab lage aao sita hi dekhi, ho ye kajo mohi, harasha biseshi, I will go there, I will finish my work and come back. Then we all will go back together to Sri Ramachandra. Very interesting thing. He is not saying that you all go back. Why? Because then they all will go back and then they will wait everybody for Hanumanji. No, we all will go together. Why? We will share the credit. No, we will not say that I have gone and I have, no, we came as a group, right? We will go as a group. Let me finish the task and come, then we will go together. Yah kahi nahi sabhani kahu mata. And he said, saying this, he bowed his head down in front of everyone to take blessings from elders and best wishes from the same age people. Chaliyu harashi here dhari Raghunatha. And keeping Bhagavan in his heart, he started to go. What did he do? Sindhu tira eka bhudhara sundar. There was a beautiful mountain on the seashore. It's called Mahendrachala, Mahindra mountain. Kautuka kudi chadheuta upar. As though fun, he went on top of that mountain. For many of us to go on top of mountain itself is a task. For him it was beginning of the task. He wanted to jump. So he wanted a good launch pad. So for that he wanted. But you see, suppose we have to go now. By the time we will reach top of Mahendra mountain only, our strength will be over. Then he went Kautuka Kudi. Just like jumping he went. Bara Raghubira Sambhari. And taking Bhagavan's name again and again. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Tarke upavana tanaya balabhari. Tulsidas Ji says, Jehi giri charana dei Hanumanta chaleu soga patala turanta. He says he jumped from that mountain, but the strength of his jump was so much that Mahendra Parvat went into Patala. Now, this is a very interesting thing. I always, I love this. There is one text called Champu Ramayana. Champu Ramayana. Champu is a kind of text in Sanskrit where the mixture of Gadya and Padya is there. The most of the text we will see is Padya, is poetry. Whereas Kadambari, etc., there are texts which are Gadya, which are in prose. This Champu is a kind of poetry in Sanskrit where there will be combination of prose and poetry. It's kind of Kavya. Champu is a kind of Kavya. Okay, so there will be some section which will be prose, then some shlokas or some meter compositions will be there, then again some section in prose, then again some metrical, composition is there. And one of the most famous Champu is called Champu Ramayana. His Kavi Bhojaraja has written this Champu Ramayana. And I tell you, amazing text. If you want to see the glory of Sanskrit, you must understand few lines of that. I am not saying read some lines of. Why? By reading you will not understand anything. It's a kavya, it's a high level text. I'll just tell you few lines of how he describes. This is the beginning of SundaraKanda in Bhojaraja Champu Ramayana, where he is describing that Hanumanji went on top of Mahendra Parvata and he jumped. And because of that jump, what happened on Mahendra? He says, Itastato vitada jimuta vrindataya pariplava shithila dhammila iva. Now he is giving different examples. Now first one he says, because he suddenly jumped, the clouds moved away. And because the clouds suddenly moved away, mountain is standing, clouds are moving away, everybody thought that mountain is as though shaking. And these clouds that moved away looked like the shattered hair of mountain. The entire thing is said in one line. Itastato vitata jimuta vrindataya pariplava shitila dhammila iva. Then he says, Santrasyamana kunjara yutataya sanjata shvayatu iva. He says, because of that jerk that the mountain got, there were so many elephants, they were frightened. They don't know what suddenly has happened. And therefore, the mountain appeared as though struck with the disease of swelling. English cannot justify what Sanskrit is trying to tell. Okay, Sanjata Shvayatu Iva. There are some people, there is a disease where the suddenly swelling comes to legs, etc. Now what has happened from the mountain, suddenly the elephants have come out. So suddenly mountain has become big. How? As though it has got that swelling, that disease. Sadhva Swadhava Mana Harina Gana Charana Khara Tara Khura Koti Patano Duta Dhatu Dhuli Pali Patalita Vikata Katakataya Ksharita Shonita Hiva. He says, because of that sudden movement, the deers which are there on the mountain, they started to run here and there. And as they are running, because of the khura means, hoofs of their feet, the oars of that mountain, they started to come out. Because they suddenly started running here and there, and the entire mountain area was filled with that red color dust, as though the mountain is bleeding. So now he is telling what all things are happening, and he is connecting it to how the mountain appeared. So his hair are now disheveled and the hair are going here and there, and then what happened, the disease of swelling came, and now he started to bleed. Continues. Takshana prabuddha kanthirava mukha mukharita kandarataya krita krandha iva. There were some lions also in the caves of that mountain. When suddenly the mountain shook, they started to roar as though the whole thing has woken up. The mountain appeared as though wailing. This mountain is crying now. And that's what came out as the roars of this lion. Parisara Gauvara Nibirisa Nisrita Sarisripataya Nirgalita Antramala Iva. He says, then from different holes of the mountain, all the serpents came out. See, mountain has all these things, isn't it? Now, because the mountain is shaken, everybody is coming out. So, the serpents came out crawling from the nearby caves and holes. It appeared as though the intestine of the mountain has come out. See, one thing is to have this kind of imagination. Second thing, to put this imagination into words, and that also in such beautiful words. It is unbelievable. Ghurnamanataru vitapa koti tadita jalavrinda syandita sikara nikara kora kitara karakataya samupajata swedhaiva. He says that mountain had long and big trees. Now, because this mountain was shaken, the trees started to shake, and the trees were reaching the clouds, and the clouds started to shake, and the drops started to fall. It is not a rain. This is because of the shaking, the drops are coming. It looked like the mountain is sweating. In another, this goes on, okay, I am just telling you few. The description goes on. One place he says that because that Hanumanji jumped with so much of force, that some of the trees got uprooted and started following Hanumanji. Because of that force, you must have seen in car, etc. also, and zoom it goes, some dust particles go towards, some will go behind, some will remain there, some will go up. But those which went ahead, it says they could not follow Hanumanji, so they fell into the ocean. And when they fell into the ocean, they were upside down. It looked like the nails of the bridge that Sri Ramachandra is going to build have already gathered to help him in building that bridge. Imagine now, if you see the ocean is there and all these trees have fallen upside down. So the branches have gone down and only the base is on top. So it will look like tong, 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 4, 5. He says it looked like the nails have already gone there. Now Sri Ramachandra just has to come here and build the bridge. If you have gift of words, use it for Bhagavan. Otherwise, it's a wasted gift. See how our ancient poets used their imagination, their even amazing vocabulary, whatever they had, skill of choosing the correct word and putting, how they used all these things for describing Bhagavan and his stories. Okay, here Tulsidas Ji says that because of that force, that mountain itself went into the Patala Loka. That much was the strength of Hanumanji's jump. And how he went? He says, Jimi amogha raghupati karabana, ehi bhati chaleu Hanumana. Very important line. Hanumanji went as though it is an arrow shot by Sri Ramachandra. Straight going to reach the destination. Jimi amogha raghupati. A amogha bana. Sri Ramachandra's bana is known as amogha. Amogha means it will never go waste. Mogham means waste. Mogham partha sajivati. Bhagavad Gita also mentions. Amogha means that which will never go waste. Sri Ramachandra's every single bana used to hit the target. It will never go waste. He says like that, as though Hanumanji is the arrow shot by Sri Ramachandra. It has launched itself, it will reach the target and then only it will stop. Ehi bhati chaleu. That way Hanumanji started. Then so many obstacles came in between. Journey to peace is not easy for sadhakas also. So what are the obstacles that came in between and how Hanumanji tackled all of them? That we will see in the next session. Okay? Beautiful story. Please try to read this, okay? Champu Ramayana, Bhojarajas. Oh, beautiful. It is wonderful. All right. Chalo. Veera Maruti, Gambhira Maruti.
Veera Maruti, Gambhira Maruti.
Veera Maruti, Ati Dhira Maruti.
Veera Maruti, Ati Dhira Maruti.
Gita Maruti, Sangita Maruti.
Gita Maruti, Sangita Maruti.
Duta Maruti, Rama Duta Maruti.
Duta Maruti, Rama Duta Maruti.
Bhakta Maruti, Parama Bhakta Maruti.
Bhakta Maruti, Parama Bhakta Maruti.
Veera Maruti, Gambhira Maruti.
Veera Maruti, Gambhira Maruti.
Gambhira Maruti.
Gambhira Maruti.
Gambhira Maruti.
Gambhira Maruti.
सियावर रामचंद्र की
जय।
पवन सुत हनुमान की
जय।
उमापति महादेव की
जय।
बोलो भाई सब संतन की
जय।
सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की
जय।
ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।